Mike. Hello. Good morning. We're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome, everybody. We're so happy to see you here at our monthly seminar. So the way we like to start is, first off, we like to start on time. So we are so happy to be able to do that. Everybody is here. We're so excited. Our seminar today is going to be really interesting. It's a new topic that was actually suggested to us by older adults. So at the end of the year, we always ask about new topics that you want to hear about, and this was one of the topics that you requested. So we're so happy that we're able to bring it to you today. My name is Cindy Cummings. I am one of the members of LT Senior Services. LT Senior Services is a nonprofit, and our goal is to help older adults in the Lake Travis School District. So that is our purpose. One of the ways that we do it is we provide seminars such as today. We also have an Aging Well Expo that's going to be in November. The date of that is November 28th. And next month, our speaker is going to be Dr. Murdy from Baylor Scott & White. He's going to talk about how to get the best value and safest care from your healthcare provider. Pretty interesting topic, don't you think? So he's an excellent speaker. He's spoken before. He really does want it to be interactive. So if you want to kind of think about ways that you've thought about how can I be safe, bring those questions, and he will answer them. He will gladly answer them. For 2024, we have 35 members of LT Senior Services. Some of them are for-profit and some are nonprofits. We have some of those members here today, and they're going to step up and take about 30 seconds and describe their business. And we have a special event that one of them wants to tell you about. So our first one is the library. And the library has been such a great supporter. We could not do it without the library. They help us with marketing and telling everybody about the events.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I think everybody in the crowd has been here before. If you haven't, my name is Karen Scott. I'm one of the librarians here, and I will pitch two things at you. First thing is home delivery. So people who are unable to leave their house, we deliver library materials to them, books, movies, magazines, anything you could ask for. Do that once a month. You are here, so you probably don't need it, but you might know somebody who does. And we have brochures up front. We also have calendars for library programs. And the other thing I'll tell you is that we have tech support in the library basically all the time. So Monday through Thursday from 12 to 2 specifically, we have tech coaches in the library. So you have a question about your phone, about your computer, anything you can bring in, come on in, ask a retired tech professional, and they can help answer questions.
Thanks. Thank you. So I'll be the commercial in between. So the commercial in between is we have shred days, and we do the shred days because we know that protecting our profile and all of those kinds of things is so important. And so we have shred days 2 times a year, and our next one will be in September. I can't remember when, but we'll let you know because we give you lots of info about it. So without further ado, our next member of LT Senior Services.
Good morning, everybody. Glad to be here today. My name is Whitney Myers, and my business is Sacred Stories, sacredstoriesfilms.com. We specialize in legacy and tribute films or video biographies. So individuals or families hire us to interview themselves or their loved ones, and we make a mini movie featuring a person's life stories for families. Again, my website, sacredstoriesfilms.com. You can go on there and see some samples of some of the videos we've produced and some of our storytellers. You can read some blog articles about how to collect family stories in your own homes and lives and with your people. You can also see other special events that we do. I speak at various groups and around the Austin and Lake Travis areas. So go to my website, sacredstoriesfilms.com, and check us out. Thank you.
Okay, another commercial in between. So our next one is, of course, our big project this year is the emergency kits. And we could not have done that without HEB giving us $1,500 for our kits, but we've run out of money. And so we want to continue to provide kits. We've given out about 40 kits thus far. Our goal is 200. To achieve that goal, we have a special event coming up that Estella is going to tell us about.
My name is Estella Hilton. I'm with Brookdale Senior Living. My location is right next to Lakeway Church behind Body Balance. So there's two in town. And so my location is there. This is the flyer for our event. It's next Wednesday, the 22nd, from 10 till 6. So I hope to see everyone there. So we're gathering emergency kit items for the seniors. And so we're excited to do that. But we are an assisted living community. We welcome you anytime to come, but especially come this day. And there's flyers in the back and there's flyers up here.
Okay, so for the emergency kit, I have my trunk loaded. And so if you've not gotten an emergency kit yet, after the event, if you'll please follow me out, I will give you a free kit. Also, at Brookdale, what we're going to be doing, well, I hadn't talked to you about this, but something that worked out really well was I had a client who donated some of their hotel shampoo, lotion, soap. So if anybody has like a plethora of all those hotel things that you thought you needed, you squirrel them away. We would love those because they're the perfect size for the kit. So come to Brookdale. We're going to have a party from 4 to 6 is the party time, but you can drop off stuff all day long.
With adult beverages.
Oh, with adult beverages. I think we can say that. All right. All right.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Elo Rico, and I am here with Wellman Medical Management. We're actually right up here up the road, but for those of you who may not know, we actually have 19 locations all over Austin, going from San Marcos, Elgin, Taylor, Mark Falls, and the greater Austin area. So we like to say wherever you are, there's a Wellman near you. We specialize in primary care specifically for Medicare patients. And so we actually focus on preventative and comprehensive health care, which means that we want to make sure that you're healthy and active and staying healthy before you need to go to the doctor, before you need to go to the hospital, before any of the chronic illnesses happen. Your health is our top of mind, and our doctors really want to see you. So our clinic's not more about, it's not come in and go. It's more of like, you come in, you have maybe a 5-minute wait, and you see your doctor for at least maybe half an hour to an hour. You actually get to know who they are. They get to know who you are. We're more about having that hospitable care that is really needed, you know, for y'all's age range and just an age range in general of anyone on Medicare. So we would love to have you. We have Dr. Pirtle here, as I said, up the road. His panel's open and he's seeing new patients. So please just let us know how we can help you.
Thank you. I don't have a commercial in between. Let me do a short dance. Or maybe I'll sing a little ditty.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Stephanie, and I work over at Arbor Terrace Senior Living. We're right next door to Baylor Scott and White Healthcare. We have assisted living and memory care neighborhoods. We are also on Wednesday, the 29th, is National Senior Health and Fitness Day, and we're going to be doing a little expo from 10 to 12. We're going to have lots of activities going on, vendors set up. I have a flyer back there. I am human, it turns out, and I messed up my flyer. So if you see a mark through the 27th and a number of the 29th, that's the correct date. So thank you for your patience with that, but we'd love to see you all then or anytime if you'd ever like to come by and join us for lunch or a tour or both. Thank you.
I think we're done. Double through. Okay, so today we're super excited. We've got a great panel for you today to talk about alternatives, I guess to drugs and stuff like that, kind of holistic ways to make your life better. So our first speaker first person on the panel is Hayley, and she is a mobile physical therapist. And her background is in outpatient clinics, working with people who have pain and trying to get them back to pain-free activity. She's board certified orthopedic specialist, which means she specializes in working with patients with orthopedic conditions. She's originally from Lake Jackson, Texas, and she currently lives in Austin with her husband, 2 kids, and a dog. What kind of dog?
She's a shepherd mix.
A shepherd mix. Okay, we'll take you.
Okay.
Come sit.
Thank you.
Yes. Our next is Teresa, and she's from Roots and Remedy. And her background is she's the founder of Roots and Remedy, and it was established in 2004. She's a licensed massage practitioner, a birth doula, a pranic healer, plus a holistic and cellular fitness coach, which is what I think we're going to hear about today. She believes in the power of combining ancient healing practices with cutting-edge technologies to enhance well-being, which is why she partnered with a biotech company, ASEA, with the only redox I read all this. I wanted to be able to get through this easily. Molecule technology. It's not that hard. Repairs or replaces damaged cells in your body. A simple yet powerful remedy to assist with cell signaling, cell regeneration, preventative aging, and increased vitality. By harnessing the body's natural ability to communicate at the cellular level, Teresa has witnessed incredible transformation in clients' overall health and vitality. This technology serves as a catalyst for healing and rejuvenation, complementing the holistic principles of her R&R practice. Teresa's mission is to empower individuals to take charge of their health and help each other achieve their highest potential. Awesome.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. So our format, since we have a panel, we have questions that we're going to ask each of the panelists. And if you guys want to interject on the other person's question, if you have anything to add, that will make it interesting. So I'm going to step over here and hand the mic, and then they're going to hand the mic back and forth. Okay. And Hayley wants to be able to stand up and demonstrate some stuff. So we'll see if we can get her doing jumping jacks or something fun. So Hayley, how can I avoid hurting myself when starting a new exercise program?
One of the ways you can avoid hurting yourself is starting slow. I cannot tell you how many people I've seen who had a friend who was playing pickleball and they themselves hadn't done any physical activity for over 10 years. And they joined their friend playing pickleball and they love it. They feel great. And they play for 2 hours, 4 days in a row. And then they have back pain. So any new activity that you're starting, start slow. And by slow, it would vary depending on your activity level right now. But maybe a general rule would be maybe for this pickleball player would be maybe like 1 game 2 or 3 times a week. And that's it. And then see how your body responds. And that'll help guide you as to how quickly to accelerate your activity. So if you're hurting a lot after that pickleball, listen to your body. It's telling you this is too fast for me and it could lead to an injury, which would make it so you cannot play pickleball for that much longer until you resolve that injury. Trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say about this.
Well, how would you resolve the injury? So let's say you did it, now what?
Right, so you would want to rest first, and then you would slowly get back into the exercise. So once your pain mostly resolves, you would slowly get back into it. Maybe start with like some walking, see how your body responds to that. Then you could try some little jogs, diagonals, see how you feel with that. And then you would get back on the court. So just rest.
Love it. Okay, Teresa, what is ASEA redox?
So ASEA
ASEA, okay.
is how you say that. Yeah, so ASEA is basically the first company in the world that was able to stabilize these redox molecules outside of the body that we were born with, right? So redox is basically the negative and the positive. Inside every cell, there's a negative and a positive electron. So they took the duration of the reduction and oxidation and formed the word redox. So ASEA redox is basically, ASEA is the company, redox is the science. And so the redox molecules is what we're going to be talking about today, because that's something that we naturally are born with, but we're all deficient in these molecules, and they're super vital for the body's natural healing process.
Excellent. Can't wait to hear more. Well, let's go to the next one. What are redox molecules?
So it's easier to demonstrate this, so that's why we're going to do a short little demo. Hayley agreed to be my guinea pig. So we're going to do that here in front of everyone so everyone can see. And that way she can tell you what it feels like, and then I'll explain in more detail, right? So if you'll just stand with me, Hayley, and I think the best thing is probably just to stand, I think, face to face here. And just like you are, with your feet shoulder width apart, I want you to lock your fingers and hands on top of each other like this. Okay. And then keep them shoulder height, and lock your elbows as well. So I want everyone else to pay attention to her feet, okay, like her balance. This is the stability test that we're going to do. And so what I'm going to do is put pressure up, and you're just going to resist me by pushing pressure down. Ready? Okay. Okay. That's simple. So the next test is going to be with your hands intertwined like this. And you're just going to stand straight and tall. You're going to see she's going to stand straight and tall. Just pay attention to her feet. I'm just going to put a little bit of weight. You lose your balance, right? So the next one, you're going to put your hands by your side. And we just want to see how close that middle finger is going to get to the ground. So don't overstrain yourself. Just do a squat for me. Yeah, makes sense. Do a squat for me. And then really just paying attention to how that felt in your joints, right? In your hips. And then the last one, if you'll face the screen, putting your hands in a T position, outward like this, and then thumbs down. And we're going to pay attention to her palms now. We're just going to measure the space between her palms. So bringing it back behind you, your hands. And as far as you can go. That's as far as she can go. Okay, so that's as far as she can go, right? So that's probably about 3 feet apart. So that's as far as she can go. Okay. So now we're going to put, you'll just put your hand out like a gun, like this. And then we're going to put these redots. So go ahead and smell that for me. Tell me if there's any smell.
Very, very faint, if anything.
Really no, like.
Yeah, it's like.
So then rub your thumb with your pointer finger and then put it out like a gun again. And then just swipe once down your neck, down that carotid artery. And then the remainder on the back of your, on the spine where your hairline, where your hair meets. And then the rest you can just rub into your hands if you want. And we're gonna do that same test again. The same shoulder width apart. Yep. I mean, feet shoulder width apart, same resistance, same pressure. Ready? The difference, okay? Then putting your hands again in front of you, standing straight and tall. Last time I just put a little bit of weight. Now I'm gonna put all my weight. Did her feet go off the ground? Did she lose her balance? No. Do the squat for me next. I didn't hear any cracking. Do that, you're seeing more fluid. All right, and then the last one, putting your hands in a T position, thumbs down, and then we're gonna bring it back.
Oh my, wow. Oh my.
Oh my gosh.
This was not practiced.
This was not practiced.
I don't even know what was gonna happen. Yeah.
So these redox molecules are so tiny that as soon as they touched her skin, the cells were able to turn on that switch in the body. So we all are these biochemical beings that operate on signaling. And so just like a cell phone, when your cell phone is weak, we can't communicate with one another. But as soon as these molecules, again, they already know what to do. Your cells already know what to do with these molecules because they're native to the body. So it's non-toxic. As soon as she applied that to her body, how did you feel? Good. Like afterwards, like before you could tell you were losing your balance.
Much looser and more stable.
Exactly. Yeah. So this is a redox molecule cell signaling supplement that we all can apply topically. And then the big blue bottle that's over there is the liquid. So I drink that twice a day to keep the doctor away.
This is so interesting. I love it. Well, we're going to learn more about it. We're going to come back to Hayley now. Hayley, what type of exercise, for example, cardio, strength, balance, should I focus on as I get older?
All of them. So the recommendation for older healthy adults is 150 minutes a week of aerobic activity. So you can break it up, say 30 minutes 5 times a week, or 75 minutes of vigorous aerobic exercise. So you need some sort of aerobic exercise like biking, swimming, running, walking. Even walking is great. And then you need also strengthening twice a day, or sorry, twice a week. It doesn't say how long to do it for, but I would probably aim for at least 20 minutes. And then being 65 or older, you also need to do balance exercise. And I'm going to add on there stretching, some sort of flexibility training, because that is also going to help you with your balance. I know I have a lot of older patients who they are very focused on the ground they're walking on. They notice any little sidewalk that's unlevel. They notice where there are and are not handrails on ramps and things like that. So balance is so important if you want to stay active in the community to avoid falls and negotiate all those unknown surfaces that you're going to be encountering. I know a lot of my patients like to travel, they're retired, they have a lot of time. A lot of places, say in Europe, don't have level sidewalks like they do here. But the strengthening also, a lot of people ignore the strengthening component, and that's so important also for keeping your balance and to, if you have osteopenia or osteoporosis, the strength training is very important. That weight bearing and load to the bone is going to help improve your bone density. So you really need all of them. But the flexibility, back to that, is going to help keep your body in the positions where you can be agile and move in response to uneven surfaces or be able to do the things you want to do.
When you talk about strength, what does that look like?
So strengthening would be anything loaded. So you could even start with body weight. So like body weight squats or lunges. They don't have to be as low as I went earlier. They can just be little, even sit to stands from a chair. They don't have to be anything fancy. You can use exercise bands. I'll take a large piece of exercise band, put a knot in the middle and close a door on it. So now you have like 2 bands. You can do rows, you can do extensions, you can do in and out. If you put it low, you can do bicep, put it high, tricep. So there's lots of things you can do with bands. If you have a gym membership, the weight equipment is great. You can use free weights or machines. If you're just starting out, I highly recommend machines because they'll keep you in proper position to keep your body safe.
Great. Natalie, I'm going to have you look up something at Age. They have a balance workshop. Will you see when it is and then post it and then tell us? So Age of Central Texas, they offer seminars on balance. And so sometimes they come out this way and they actually do those seminars. So I think it's like once a week or something you go and you learn balance things. So Natalie will look that up and I'll tell you about when that comes out here. Normally it's free and it's offered through Age of Central Texas. So excellent, thank you. Hayley, let's ask you this. What exercises should I avoid or what symptoms should I be aware of when exercising?
So there's not like a don't do this one exercise ever type situation. You really want to listen to your body. Is it telling you that's a good exercise for your body? If it's, you know, if you're having pain, numbness, sharp shooting pain, that's probably not a good place for you to start. Doesn't mean that you're going to never be able to do that particular exercise, but you may need to decrease the intensity and then work your way back up. So that's a good way to prevent joint pain and muscle tendon ache, tears and strains is by listening to your body. The other thing is you want to be aware of any chest pain you're having, any lightheadedness, dizziness, even a headache that's being brought on by your exercise can be a sign of that your blood pressure is spiking too high. It can be dangerous. any abnormal shortness of breath. You are gonna have shortness of breath while you're exercising, but if it seems like a little out of proportion to what you would expect for your body, then that needs to be checked out. I think that's all about it. Yeah.
It's really just listening to your body.
Yeah.
Like when you did that squat, I was like, oh no, I am so glad that I am not the person up there doing that. I'd be like, oh. So, okay, Teresa. Are redox molecules being used in the medical community?
Yes, we have a lot of physicians that are actually going to these redox molecules because, as an alternative because they are non-toxic. And so if you go to PubMed.gov, there's over 500,000 articles written on this science and these redox molecules. And that's where all the physicians go to see the peer reviews on different studies and things like that. So this is a remedy that is being used worldwide. SE is actually in 34 countries. And not only are physicians using it, but our Olympic athletes are.
Excited.
Yes.
Okay. Is it safe and will it interfere with any medical treatments or regimens?
Like I said, it's non-toxic. This is 100% native to your body because we are born with these redox molecules. What happens after we hit puberty, we lose 1%. So I don't know what age you are, but if you're 60, you've already lost 60%, basically. You're deficient in these molecules. So it's very important to replenish our body with these molecules to allow, again, the body's natural healing process. So basically it's just speeding up the healing process. And it's giving your bodies the ability, your cells, not the body, but the cells, because we are basically just one cellular, communication on the inside. And so it doesn't matter what diagnosis or what disease that you've been, given by your physician. Everything starts with either inflammation or oxidation at the cell level. And so that's why these molecules already know, your cells already know how to absorb these molecules and already knows what to do with them. So you just consume it and just allow the body's natural process to happen.
So you're down 60% and you start using it. How soon till you get back to 100%?
Typically 90 days. So most physicians are saying, given your body, just like anything that you introduce new, it takes about 90 days for your cells to get back to the same fluid as when you were younger, right? So basically this is a fluid where we are made of pretty much water, salt water inside, right? So the cells in your body takes about 90 days again to get to the fullness. Now, for me, I started using it and within 48 hours, I noticed something. There was probably about 50% of people that noticed something with a difference by consuming them, the liquid molecules within about 30 to 60 days. But 90% probably see a difference in 90 days. That's why we say give it at least 90 days.
How about if I played pickleball?
So, just like our Olympic athletes, I know you aren't Olympians when you go play pickleball, but this is something that you can consume before you go play any type of activity or do any kind of exercise. And you're going to have more endurance. You're going to have, just like, she had more stability, you're going to have more balance, more stability. And if you consume them afterwards, then you're going to have quicker recovery. So you're not going to have those sore muscles. It's actually going to prevent. So this is preventative, but it's also helping to recover quicker.
Okay, back to Hayley. How can I motivate myself to exercise? Anybody else have this one? And what are the benefits of exercise?
So the way to motivate yourself, there are several ways. Do something you like. Number one, don't do something you're not gonna like. You can, they have silver sneakers classes, they have Tai Chi. We're, so close to Austin and there's just so many different options in this area. So try something you like, maybe even have a friend join you. That would be great because then you guys are holding each other accountable. It's more fun. You guys can chat while you're, maybe going on a walk. I just spoke to our library representative and she told me that this library is part of the Libby app. You can access the content from that app. And then you can even listen to like audiobooks, check out audiobooks. So you can listen to those while you're doing exercise. So it makes it a little more exciting for you to exercise. You also want to give yourself a goal, something practical for you, you. So even if it's just 20 minutes a week, you could start with that. Even though it's not 150 minutes a week, don't worry about that, okay? Because once you start a habit and you start doing once a week, 20 minutes, then you're naturally gonna realize, oh man, this feels good. I really love the endorphins that I'm getting when I exercise. You're gonna naturally tack on more time to your exercise and then more days. So having achievable goals and then even rewarding yourself, maybe you say, if I can do 20 minutes of exercise once a week for 4 weeks, I'm gonna buy myself a new athletic t-shirt, So something to kind of motivate yourself to keep going. Trying to think through other things. I have a pamphlet that I made that has some other things, and yeah.
Right. Well, we have handouts over here, so everybody don't leave without getting some handouts. And then we have the members that you saw up here earlier, their pamphlets are in the back too. So please do check those out too.
Can I add one thing?
Yes.
So who doesn't like to dance or listen to music? I always like the word exercise to me kind of just like, oh, there's like, I don't think everybody likes the word exercise, but I like movements. I like the word movements. So when you put on some music, it just something about just the music and the vibration that makes you feel good. And so I really feel like incorporating music, of course, I'm sure y'all probably exercise to music, but just dancing, right? Just getting the body moving and everything is always fun. And it's a form of exercise because you're moving your body and it feels good. So I just wanted to throw that out there just because I like to dance.
And I think when you combine the music too, it makes it fun. Who was here for the Aging Well Expo last year? And the doctor spoke and everybody was asking him, well, what is the best medicine to take to stay healthy? And he goes, walking. And then somebody else asked a question. He goes, walking. So we don't have to do anything really fancy, maybe just put on some tunes and go for a walk for 5 minutes, the next day, 10 minutes, and listen to me. We'll meet up next month and we'll all share what we did differently during the month. But yeah, walking is just as simple. Okay, Hayley, thank you. I'm gonna ask another question to Teresa. What are the benefits of the redox molecules?
So there are many benefits. First of all, it boosts your immune system. So who doesn't need a stronger immune system? It allows the cardiovascular system to strengthen the arteries and everything around the heart. So it reduces the risk of heart attack. It actually allows the gut enzymes in your gut. So the gut is basically like the second brain or maybe the first, right? I've always heard that the gut is like the second brain because whatever is happening in the gut is usually exposing itself either on the outside in our skin or something else going on with other areas of our body. So it really balances out the enzymes in the gut. It helps to hormone modulation. So we all deal with some type of menopause or some type of hormonal changes as we age. So this really helps that balance and that homeostasis within the body's natural hormonal balance. And then it also helps to, I already said immune system, cardiovascular. What else was
How
that?
about diseases, just in general, other diseases that you already have? So let's say you have cancer or you have something else. Is it going to help with that? Or is it just going to help the rest of the body?
Absolutely, because it doesn't matter, like I said, what disease or diagnosis you have, it's pretty much damaged cells in your body. So cancer cells are damaged cells in your body due to stress, right? So we cannot avoid stress. We can't avoid one thing, the 4 types of stress that I like to talk about, because we all think about stress as in like, daily stress, family stress, but think about the chemical stress, the things that you're putting in your hair, the things that you're putting on your skin. A lot of those ingredients are actually doing more damage than good if we're not really being conscious and aware of what we're applying. But the one major one that we're all exposed to right now are the EMFs, the electromagnetic frequencies from from TVs to computers to cell phones. I mean, we all carry a cell phone. And the more we advance in technology, like 5Gs and the towers that are surrounding us, all that we don't realize how much that's impacting our cells. It really is doing more damage than good. That's why they say don't carry your cell phone on you because it causes cancer cells, right? So again, it doesn't matter what diagnosis, it's not going to interfere with any medications that you're already doing. If you're already taking, if you're already eating healthy, or if you're already taking supplements to supplement for the vitamins and nutrients that we're also deficient in, this is actually just going to enhance, this amplifies the absorption in your body. Because a lot of times we take things and it's just flushing right down, our system and out the toilet. We don't even know if it's helping us, right? So this is actually something that you can incorporate into your already, daily supplement regimen. But you're really going to see the benefits if you consistently take this twice a day. So the liquid, it comes with a little measuring cup of 2 ounces. No, sorry, it's a 4-ounce cup, but you can take up to 4 ounces in the morning and 4 ounces in the evening, so twice a day. And then the topical gel that I showed you is multi-purpose. There's over like 100 ways that you can use this topical gel. So if you cut, scrape, burn yourself, if you have bruising, you can apply the topical gel, and it's going to help, again, the speeding recovery of reducing those types of blemishes. But it can be for anti-aging. This is something that we all don't want to age on the outside and on the inside, but this is also something that is reversing that aging process on the inside. And then of course it helps us just look younger on the outside.
So the one last question. What is in our future in medicine with redox?
So everybody knows Kleenex. We all probably have Kleenex in our house. Well, the future of redox is basically everyone's going to know about redox in the future, and everyone's going to need it. Because again, the amount of stress that we're putting on our bodies every day, and sometimes we don't even realize it with these EMFs that are emitting. So the future and the science of redox is not going away. I'm really just excited that y'all were able to learn about it today sooner than I think only 2% of the world knows about this. And so imagine 5 to 10 years from now, just like penicillin and DNA, it took like 20 years for those to really get, exposed to the public. Well, this is something that you're not going to stop hearing about. And ASEA, again, is the only company in the world. So if you do want to try this, I highly recommend that you don't go to Amazon or go to eBay and try to find this product, because you're not going to get the true quality, or it could be expired, or you don't know if it's been tampered with. So come talk to me or see a representative that is actually associated with ASEA directly, so you can get the product directly shipped from the company, which is based out of Utah. So it only takes a few days to arrive to your body. I mean, to your home.
And into your body.
And into your body.
Great. I'm going to have questions first, but I'm going to come over to Natalie because sometimes she has questions from our Zoom audience. As I follow over. Nothing. But I do have the age stuff. Okay. So the age information is being posted to the people who are on Zoom, and would they just go to age?
Yeah, so it's on their website, but you're going to want to search caregiver U, like the letter U, when you go to their website, and they have 2 different locations where they have it. One is at their South Austin facility, and one is in at Sun City in Georgetown. And they have them, looks like 4 days a week, but the dates vary,
So if we have enough people that want to do that class, I think we could ask them to come here and do it, because they used to do it all over the city. I don't really want to go to South Austin or Georgetown. Do y'all? No. Would you be interested in a balance class? Yes. So it's not just one day. It's like for a couple of weeks, you come and you learn techniques to help with your balance. Okay. Okay. Why don't we work on that for the fall? That's right around the corner, because we're all leaving for the summer, right? I wish. Okay. So I know you guys have some questions. You can ask people, ask the speakers afterwards, individually, if it's very individual, or if you think it would be interesting for everybody else to hear your question. I'm happy to pass the microphone to you and have you ask it. Does anybody have any questions? And put this really close to you.
Yeah. I would like to, if you comment further, the association of carrying the cell phone and with cancer.
Okay, so let me repeat it because we got this little guy here. So the question is, can you tell us about the cell phone and carrying it and how that relates to our health?
Well, I'm not a physician, but from what I've studied and what I've heard is that when you carry any type of electronic cell phone in particular on your body, that is basically the same EMFs that we've been talking about, the electromagnetic frequencies that are basically emitting that radioactive and because the cells are absorbing and being damaged of that frequency that's being emitted, it's basically, I mean, I can't say they're all cancer cells, but I can say that it is doing some damage to your cells and that may turn into cancer cells. That's why I know a lot of women get breast cancer and certain type of cancer just by a lot of us carry the phone in the back of our pockets. And that's one thing I tell my daughter all the time, like, get that phone out of your pocket because it is doing more damage than good. So if you want to put it on like airplane mode, if you're not using it, then that helps. Another thing, I know we probably sleep with our phones right next to us, you know, while they're charging, while we're sleeping. That's not always a great idea. If you can at least put it at least like 3 feet away or maybe in the other room. Putting it on airplane mode helps. But yes, that's something that you just don't want to have constantly because then your body's not going to actually, especially when you're sleeping, you want to get the optimal rest. And so just anytime you can keep it off of your person, your body, then the best to reduce those damages.
If they put it on a bag, you know, and take.
Oh, in a bag? Yeah, you can carry it with you in a bag. And yeah, as long as it's just not touching you physically.
Okay,
Thank
anybody else?
I have a couple questions. First of all, is it Holly?
Hayley.
Yoga. What are the benefits as far as balance and strength and everything?
Okay, yoga is really good. It's a lot of stretching. You're holding static positions for a long time, so that does actually have a strengthening component to it. Even though you're not like using a weight, you're using your body weight. You know, you may be holding your arm out for a long time, which your arms will start to feel fatigue. You're holding like this warrior position for a long time, so your thighs will start to fatigue. And I know like if I've had an instructor that's really cueing, you know, shoulders down and back, tummy in, you're gonna get so much more benefit from yoga if you're consciously activating those muscles in those static positions. But yes, it's definitely great for flexibility and balance. It's, yeah, a great exercise. So if you like it, do it.
And Teresa, the redox, what is in it? How's it made and what's the ingredients? Because I'm real familiar with herbs and I know holy basil is basically what you described, but I wonder if what it's in.
So if you look at the back of the bottle, the 2 ingredients on there are water and sodium chloride. 2 ingredients. So the same water that we're made out of, salt water inside, every cell of our body is the same 2 ingredients. But what they do with those 2 ingredients, it starts off with those 2 ingredients. And just like when we bake a cake, we put all the ingredients and then we put it in the oven. And so they take those 2 ingredients through a 3-day over probably 200 trade secrets or 2,000 trade secrets. And what comes out are the redox molecules that we're born with, basically. So it's just those 2 ingredients.
So are they transformed or is parts of it eliminated or?
No, it basically when they take it through the process and it comes out to the purest form of water. And then the salt, of course, in combination. I mean, I'm not the one that produces this, but we're just told that those 2 ingredients are taken through that 3-day process. And of course, I can show you a video. I'm sure there's the redoxscience.com if you want to go to learn more about the process. But basically what comes out are the same molecular structure that we're made out of. So God made us with these molecules and that's what comes out in this form of the liquid and topical. That's incredible.
So Hayley, I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Sure.
Could you tell us about somebody that you worked with, kind of what happened to them, their story, and how they got better by improving balance or exercise or nutrition or whatever. Just a story of one of your clients.
All right, let me think. There's a lot of people.
And Teresa, I'm going to ask you the same question. So,
I had a patient who she was having some knee pain, and she used to go on walks with her friends like 3 or 4 days a week for an hour. She said that whenever she got to about 30 minutes, her knee would start to hurt, but she could make it through to the whole hour, so she would. And then eventually her knee started swelling, but she could still do her walks, so she continued, like a lot of people do, because they think maybe it'll just go away. So she went to the doctor, and they saw that she had a ligament tear or strain, and then a Baker's cyst, which is a pocket of fluid that pockets behind the knee. And for some reason, and then she also had a weird numbness in her foot. So to me, she was having some sort of nerve issue also. So I worked with her. We did a little bit of treatment for her back and her hip to help with the mobility of the nerves through that whole leg to help with the numbness in the foot. Additionally, strengthening up the hip helps support the knee because the hip has a lot to do with the angle that the knee is moving in. We did some range of motion exercises. We did strengthening. We started with just standing with the leg straight because that's the least uncomfortable for the knee joint. Then we progressed to little mini squats. We then progressed to stair stepping because her stairs were difficult for her. She was going 1 foot at a time, up and down. And then we eventually I started having her do like 10-minute walks a couple times a week. And then those were okay. So then we added, 30-minute walks and deeper squats and balancing on one leg with her knee bent to just really work that stability and that knee strength. And she's good. She's back to her walks with her friends. She's been on vacation trips where there were like cobblestone surfaces, and yeah, she had a great outcome.
So same question for Teresa.
Thank you. So in my practice, I have been doing massage for 22 years. So people have come to me for discomforts physically. And so I've always tried to help them, of course, get to the root of like that discomfort. So through massage and other, of course, types of modalities of stretching and things like that, range of motion has really helped them. But when I introduce these redox molecules into my practice, it has really been a game changer for many of my clients. I've seen some pretty miraculous stuff, not with just the physical body, but one thing, one of my patients that came to me was not just having discomfort, but like mood swings and just wasn't just, feeling very good, like mentally and things like that. So I was like, okay, what can we do? So we incorporated, and mind you, she was 88 or 89 at the time. And so we incorporated these molecules at her 90th birthday. I mean, she was just thanking me like, you gave me my life back, my energy, I can sleep better. She was having hot flashes in the middle of the night, and she would just use the molecules and just that would go away. She said like her brain fog and just everything that she was feeling just mentally, just kind of like she just felt more at ease and more at peace in her body. I mean, she was just sharing all kinds of things that was just helping her with. So she was celebrating her 90th birthday in just joy and just feeling so good that physically she was able to just move and operate like she was just younger. She just felt younger.
Who doesn't want that? Natalie, you have any questions? No. Okay. Well, I think we're at the end of our event. This has been so informative. Thank you both. I think it's just interesting to hear about new things and different things. I hope it was interesting to y'all. And please don't hesitate to come up and ask additional questions. We'll see you next month. Dr. Murdy will be here, and we'll see you then. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.